Hi guys, just an update on my mindful journal. I actually haven't written in it since the last YouTube video that I posted, but I have got some items for it, so I'm just actually going to show you what they are. I've got a feather. I actually got two, but the other one has seemed to have floated away somewhere. It's probably on the floor somewhere. So I got a feather. Um, like with feathers, they're very spiritual, and I think they put you in touch with spiritual things. And if you've lost a loved one or that, it, it it brings that part of that person to you, closer to you. Well, that's what I believe myself. It mightn't necessarily be true, but every time I see a feather, I believe someone in heaven is thinking of me. So, and I usually pick them up, or if what I do is, if, say, my daughter or someone I know is with me, I'll give them the feather and say, look, there's someone thinking of you in heaven. So I think that's something nice to do, and to, to give to other people. That's a gift, say a gift from someone in heaven. Another a few things I have is perfume. I'm going to actually I'm not sure what the name of this one is. I can't actually see the name on the bottom, but that was a gift. It's not even coming up. And I have two types of perfume, and I'm going to spray the bottle. And that one is PS Love Rose. That's actually a cheaper perfume. The blue one's actually a dearer one. But there's no name on the bottle. But like I say, I got them as gifts, and I'm going to just spray my page now. And but well, smell is one of our senses, and when we have sense, we remember certain things that happened in our life when we were wearing that perfume, or when we were in the in in that environment. I remember a relative of mine died, well, of my husband's, my partner's, died, and he was being buried down in a place called Wexford, and in the graveyard there was all this avenue of fir trees, and the smell of the fir trees. I can always, when I get that scent, it always reminds me of that person, So it's like when we were walking through that avenue, his daughter was sort of near to collapse, and I went over to her and I says, just smell the fir trees, you'll be okay, just smell the fir trees. And she brought herself back together, like there was people holding her up, and I said, just smell the fir trees. And it seemed to bring her back to the now moment, and being mindful. And even in our sorrow, it's can be difficult to be mindful, but we have to have the courage to keep going on. But I always remember that time down there, and the sadness we went through at that funeral. But like I said, I haven't actually updated it, updated the diary since I talked to you about the butterflies. But I don't know whether you can see that on the page, but I'm going to put that feather in there, and I'm going to write a little bit about it, and I have the perfume. So, like, if you have any ideas of things that I could put in my mindful journal, it'd be great, I have been trying to pull out some photographs, and I was in America during well, it's September now, and I was trying to pull out some photographs of when I was in America. Now, it was 40 odd years ago when I was in America, but I have photographs of New York and the Twin Towers. So I was thinking of putting something like that in my mindful journal, um, just to remind me of 9/11. And it's not only that, when I was there, it was about 1975, and it wasn't, they were only built a few years, so they were new and beautiful buildings, and it was strange to see such you know, when they fell, to see just total, they were totally obliterated. Like, everything, and I think in life is so fragile. Like, you know, everything around us, we think everything is solid, and it's not. You know, everything is fluid, everything's flowing, like being mindful is flowing. So it's important for us to flow and not be stagnant, you know, in our thoughts. You know, keep our brain thinking and trying to improve ourselves bit by bit. You know, think of things that we enjoy in our lives, in the daily moments, the little things in life, like even having a piece of chocolate, or maybe something even more healthy, like an apple, and really enjoying that apple, and think of the memories that an apple can bring us. Like, you know, when you think about it, an apple, like, it can be about Sleeping Beauty, like, it can be about stories that you had in your childhood, or when you were growing up, or maybe you